Hey, what's up, guys? Cardinal back in the video. Today I'm going to do my NFL Week 8 picks. So let's just begin with the picks there. So we start off with Thursday Night Football, October 27th, 6:15 Mountain Time, Prime Video. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Tampa Bucks. This game is going to be a hard-hitting game here, but I am going to go with the Ravens here to win there. I think the Ravens can get it done and pull it out here and win this one against the Bucks here. The Ravens there look really, really solid there with Jamar Jackson there. Jamar Jackson can actually go down the field and score some touchdowns here and stuff like that. Mostly for the Brady's or for the Bucks there, they do have pretty well there. They do have Tom Brady, who can actually also go down the field and score some touchdowns. He does have his tight end Gronk there, who can actually mostly be a thing there and stuff like that. But this game is going to be, I think this game is going to be like a real high scoring game here. Both sides are going to go back and forth here. I think this is going to be a real high scoring game here and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say the Ravens can pull it out here and win this one against the Bucks because I think the Bucks have a little bit more of a lack of a thing there and stuff like that for it. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens here to win over the Bucks. That's it for the Thursday night game. So let's move on to Sunday, October 30th. We have a 7:30 game Mountain Time. Most of this game is mostly out of the country. On Prime Time, ESPN Plus, we have my Denver Broncos at the Jacksonville or versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because this game is mostly out of the country. Mostly, I'm possibly gonna go with my Broncos here to win. The Broncos there, they look really, really pissed off there from like losing like 4 straight there and stuff like that. It depends who's actually gonna play for us and stuff like that. And we don't know if Brett Rippon is playing so far. We don't know if Brett Rippon is playing in this game or Russell Wilson is gonna return in this game here. If Russ does play, I think the Broncos do. We might see the Broncos actually doing more of a score there and stuff like that. But mostly, I'm going to say my Broncos can pull it out here and win this one. Most of our defense looks really solid there. We have a really solid defense there who can actually hold out some games there and stuff like that. They did pretty well against the Jets last week there. Or we did pretty well against the Jets last week and stuff like that. So I think my team can actually hold it out and stuff like that for it and stuff. Mostly for the Jaguars, they don't look too well, and they don't look too well to actually play in these games here and stuff like that for it. But they're actually going to, mostly the Jaguars, never fought a team there with a great defense there like the Broncos did. The Broncos have a really strong defense here. So I'm going to go with my Broncos here to win over the Jaguars. So that's it for the 7:30 games. Let's move on to the 11 o'clock games. Mountain Time, this is mostly back in the country. We have the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. This game's honestly a who cares game, but I'm going to go with the Falcons here to win. I think the Falcons have a little bit of advantage over the Panthers. Panthers, they just look god-awful. They just can't get nothing going there at all. They just look really bad and stuff like that. They just can't get nothing going there at all. They just kind of look like they're totally off sync there and stuff like that for it. For the Falcons, they don't look great either, but I think they have a little bit more advantage here over the Panthers there. I just don't see the Panthers actually winning this game there. Yeah, they technically upset the Bucks last week there, but mostly I think that was technically their Super Bowl last week there and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say Falcons can pull it out here and win this one against the Panthers. Next game, we have the Chicago Bears at the Dallas Cowboys. Uh, Going with the Cowboys here. I'm going to say no contest. Cowboys should win this game easily against the Bears. Bears there, they don't look that great. They look pretty off sync there. They don't look 100% that's good in this game here and stuff like that. The Cowboys there, they look pretty solid there. They look really, really solid there. Prescott is back, so we might see how Prescott might do with his we might see how Prescott can do and stuff like that. He can try to go downfield and score here and stuff like that for it. I am going to go with the Cowboys here. I think the Cowboys have a little bit more advantage over the Bears, but this game might be pretty close, or not pretty close. I think it's going to be totally one-sided there. I'm going to go with the Cowboys here. Went over the Bears. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Detroit Lions. Going with the Dolphins here to win. Tua is back. Tua is officially back there. He is back in this game here and stuff like that. So I think the Dolphins. I'm going to say no contest. Dolphins should win this game easily because Tua is back. Tua is back in motion there, and he can actually get mostly stuff done and stuff like that with Tyreek Hill. Is honestly their main. Mostly looks like a powerhouse of a player there. He might look pretty solid there and stuff like that. For the Lions there, they just can't get nothing going too much. They're kind of like that slacking team there and stuff like that for it. They just don't look 100% that great. They just kind of look pretty bad overall there, and they just can't get nothing going there and stuff. So I'm going to say the Dolphins can pull it out here and win this one. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins here, win over the Lions. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to go with the Vikings here to win. The Vikings look really solid there. They can get stuff going there and stuff like that. They can get stuff going there. They look outstanding there and stuff like that. With Kurt Warner there, or not Kurt Warner, with the Cousins there, who actually can go down the field and score some touchdowns there. He looked pretty solid there and stuff like that. For the Cardinals there, they just don't look that great. They just look pretty sloppy there. They did pretty well last week there against the Saints there, and actually winning against the Saints there with scoring 42 points last week against the Saints there, and they did pretty well there on this game and stuff like that. And here, I'm gonna say with Kyle Murray's not showing too much there and stuff like that. I'm gonna go with the Vikings here to win. Vikings look like a better team there overall, so I'm gonna go with the Vikings here to win over the Cardinals. Next game, we have the Las Vegas Raider haters at the New Orleans Saints. I am going to go with the Saints here to win. I think the Saints have a little bit more advantage over the haters. Haters just don't look 100% this good in this game. I just don't really see the haters actually doing that there and stuff like that. But they do have the Derek Carr there, who can actually go downfield and score here. And they do have Devontae Adams there and stuff like that. For the Saints there, the Saints look a lot more better there. Mostly actually keeping up with the Cardinals last week there. They looked really solid last week there and stuff like that. Even if they lost last week, they can actually get it more done here and stuff like that for it. So I'm going to go with the Saints here went over the haters. But this game might be close, but I'm going to say Saints can pull it out here and win this one against the haters. Next game, we have the New England Patriots at the New York Jets. Going with the Jets here to win. Jets there look really solid there. They did pretty well against us last week, or they didn't really do too much last week against us. Mostly the only bad thing the Jets do not have, they do not have their running back there. The running back is technically injured there with the torn ACL. Technically, the torn ACL is mostly going to be affecting him in this game here and stuff like that. Mostly, this game might be like another close game, but technically the Patriots there, they just don't look that 100% that great. They didn't do that well last week against the Bears. The Bears technically smoked them last week and stuff like that. But I'm going to go with the Jets here to win. I think the Jets have a little bit of advantage over the Patriots. But this game is going to be pretty close. But this mostly is a rival game. So I'm going to go with the Jets here to win over the Patriots. Next game we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles here to win. I think the Eagles look really solid there. They look really solid there. They can actually get stuff going there and try to score some touchdowns here and stuff like that. They look really solid there and stuff like that. Even if they had a bye last week, they look really, really solid there. On the last 6 games there, they look really, really solid. They are mostly going down in the field and scoring and stuff like that with their young quarterback, who honestly looks 10 times better and stuff like that for it. For the Steelers there, I just don't really see them winning. I just don't really see them winning there. They're kind of lost without Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger there, they're technically lost without him and stuff like that. Mostly they're technically lost without him and stuff like that for it. But I think the Eagles have a little bit more advantage here over the Steelers. But this game is good. I'm going to say this is no contest here. I'm going to say Eagles should win this one easily against the Steelers. That's it for the 11 o'clock game. So let's move on to the 2:05 game. Mountain Time first on the 2:05. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Going with the Titans here to win. The Titans look really, really solid there last week there and stuff like that. Mostly they did pretty well with the running game last week and stuff like that for it. The Titans just look like a much better overall team there and stuff like that for it. For the Texans there, they look pretty bad. They look really bad there. They can't get nothing going there. They just look pretty off sync there and stuff like that for it. But I'm going to go with the Titans here to win. I think the Titans have a little bit more advantage here. I think the Titans can go down the field and score here and stuff like that. So I'm going to say Titans should win this one easily against the Texans. That's it for the 2:05. That's it for the 2:05 games. So we'll move on to the 2:25 games, Mountain Time. First on the 2:25, we got the Washington Commanders at the Indianapolis Colts. I am going to go with the Colts here to win. I think the Colts there, they look really solid there. They're starting to get back together. They're starting to get back together and actually playing some really good football lately and stuff like that. Mostly for the Commanders there, yes, even they upset the Packers last week there. I just don't really see them doing the same thing with the Colts there. I just don't really see them doing the same thing with the Colts there. Matt Ryan there, he looked really solid last week against the Matt Ryan looked really solid last week and stuff like that against the Titans there. Even if they lost, he looked pretty okay there and stuff like that for it. But the Commanders, they just look really bad. They just look really awful there and stuff like that. They just can't get nothing going there and stuff. So I'm going to go with the Colts here over the Commanders. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the LA Rams. Going with the Niners here to win. I think the Niners have a little bit more advantage here over the Rams here. Rams just don't 100% this good there. Mostly Garofalo there looks really solid there and stuff like that. I think Garofalo is technically injured. I think Garofalo is technically injured in this game. But I don't know who's going to be the quarterback for the for the Niners. I just don't 100% know who's going to be the quarterback for the Niners. There's been reports where Garofalo is saying he's injured there and stuff like that. But if Garofalo is playing this game, I say the Niners might pull it out here and win this one. But if he's not playing there, I'd be saying the Rams can pull it out here and win this one because I think the Rams have a little bit advantage here and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with the Niners here to win right now. But if Garofalo is not really playing in this game, I'd be saying, yeah, Rams might play it or win it here and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with the Rams here win over the Niners. That's it for that game. So we'll move on to the next game. We have the New York Giants at the Seattle Seahawks. Going with the Giants here to win. I think the Giants look really solid there. They can get stuff going there and stuff like that. They look really, really solid for the last couple weeks and stuff like that, and they can actually get stuff done. Mostly with what they is mostly the Giants are kind of like that team there. It's like mostly just upsets a lot of good teams there, and mostly putting out pretty close games against bad teams there and stuff like that. But I might see how the Giants will do and stuff like that for it. Mostly the Seahawks here. When I don't really trust Geno Smith. I don't really trust Geno Smith at all. He looks really bad of a quarterback there, and he can't really do that much there and to do that much of damage there and stuff like that for it. So I'm gonna go with the Giants here when I think the Giants have a little bit more advantage over the Seahawks. That's it for the 2:30 games. So we'll move on to Sunday Night Football, 6:20 Mountain Time, primetime NBC. We got the Green Bay Packers at the Buffalo Bills. No contest there. No contest at all. I am going to go with the Bills here. When the Bills there look really, really solid there. They have a really strong defense there who's actually technically the best in football right now. They actually have a strong defense there. Their offense looks pretty good there with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, who can actually go down the field and score some touchdowns there and stuff like that. Mostly for the Packers there, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't really look good for them. They just look really bad there. They kind of look off sync last week and stuff like that. Yeah, they got some pretty. They did pretty well in the first half of last week's game, but honestly, in the second half, they just look like a fucking hot mess there. They just look really like a hot mess, and they just can't get nothing going there and stuff like that. So I'm going to say no contest. Bills should win this one easily. I just don't really trust Aaron Rodgers right now. Mostly, even Aaron Rodgers doesn't trust his receivers. So, yeah. That's it for that game. So let's move on to Monday Night Football. October 31st, Halloween. We got a 6:15 game. Mountain Time, primetime ESPN. We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. Going with the Bengals here when I think the Bengals have a little bit more advantage here with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow honestly looked pretty solid there and like a solid stack type of guy there and stuff like that. And he looks really, really solid there and stuff like that. And he can actually go down the field and score. Mostly for the Browns there, they just look like a hot mess. They just can't get nothing going there and stuff like that. So they just can't get nothing going there and stuff like that. They just look pretty bad and stuff like that for it. But I'm gonna go with the Bengals here when I think the Bengals have a little bit of advantage over the Browns. And the teams are on bye this week. The Chiefs are on bye and the Chargers are on bye. So yep. Comment, rate, more sponsored to the Sparrows. We like more videos. Please subscribe. Hit the bell notification on the uploads. Comment, more sponsored to the Sparrows. We like hang out. Out of your peace.